is automotive journalism worth it, how to do automotive journalism, etc. What do you want to tell them? You tell them one thing, I'll tell them one thing, we'll sign off.
Should you do automotive journalism?
Yeah.
It's too, I mean, it's always that, right? It's, what is the barrier to entry? Today, there's no barrier to entry to be an automotive journalist. So you will spend a lot of time and effort to build up if you are good, if you can have the drive and the determination to become good if you are not good, and to be exceptional. You will have to fight all the more. You
Yeah,
will have
the
to
barrier to
struggle.
entry is super low. The barrier to success is super, super, super high.
So it's just so easy to talk about a car or a bike, and today it's even easier. Everybody has access, and the bigger problem with this is we didn't have an option. So in a way, we struggled because we didn't have a choice, and we were lucky for that. Because we were taught, we had to go through stuff. We had that washing of cars and bikes taught us so many things as well about the cars and the bikes. We learned to look close. We learned to look at things because we had to. Today, I don't know if that learning path is available to people. It goes straight to the end, and the end is offering your opinion on it. But the opinion, and today, and I am grateful, I have had great teachers whom I've worked with and who have taught so much. I would have been unwilling to learn as well. I'll admit that, because you have your own thought as a youngster, ki aisa hona chahiye or whatever. But by working with somebody who had the wisdom, who had a better sense, you learn from them. And that I'm grateful for. I still struggle with some people, but you still learn. And that's the good part. The idea is, do you have somebody to learn from? Can you really grow to become better than what is there today? Can you do that? And that is an uphill task.
I'm thinking that in the era of instant gratification, automotive journalism simply cannot be done. Because everybody sees the end result, which is Ferrari will call me to Maranello and give me their latest car to drive. That's where it finishes. That's where your journey ends, right? Nobody wants to start anymore. Like in my previous place, there were lots of interns who came who had these visions that this whatever multi-strada test bike would come and they would just get to ride it. But it's not my bike. I'm responsible for it as the head of the motorcycle thing or whatever. But I can't give it to you until you prove your bona fides that you will not do something stupid with a 160 bhp bike. Right? When you're wobbling around in your Activa, where is my confidence to give you a 160 bhp bike? Right? When we started out, we had to earn our way up. Right? What were the bikes that we got first with these 100cc two strokes? When we said demonstrably, yes, we are safe, we are reliable, we are mature, we are taking care of them, because your own vehicle, you damage it, you don't answer to anyone. Somebody else's vehicle, you damage it, you have to answer to someone. Are you aware of that responsibility? And in those days, I wouldn't have to make the phone call. Bijay would have to make that phone call. Right? And today, for example, he and I, we head our teams, as it were. If my team member has an incident, we have to make that phone call. And therefore, we have to make them sensitive to the idea that this is not a frivolous thing. It's a very serious bread and butter thing. And therefore, you take it that level of seriously, even if your family drives an Audi, but today you're testing a Maruti Alto. The Alto is far more valuable than the Audi right now because it's on borrowed from somebody and we're responsible for it, right? I'm not convinced that today's youngsters, by and large, there will be the exceptions who I wish you would reach out to us and join us. But I'm not convinced that most of the youngsters understand how much work goes into building that credibility up, spending that time learning what is good, what is bad, what is ugly, what is the macro view and what is the micro view, and how to form an opinion on a vehicle. Everybody wants to be in front of the camera as soon as they sign the offer letter. It's not how it works. And because it is such a popular field, especially from the outside where you don't realize how hard the work is, because it is such a glamorous field, everybody's flocking to it today. And because they've lowered the barrier to entry, because basically you need a GoPro and you need to be able to speak a language and you can become an automotive journalist, everybody's trying their hand at it, which is awesome. As a thing that makes vehicles more popular to people, I think it's awesome. But that doesn't automatically mean that the quality of everything that is happening has gone up. It means without knowing anything, people are offering opinions. And I was there. We've both done it at the beginning of our careers. We had guidance to get us to improve. And as he said, I don't know where you're going to get your guidance from. And two, because it is so popular, the base of this pyramid is so wide. At the top, the place for success is for very, very few people, and that climb is epic hard today. We were very lucky that we joined a business where 30 people were in the business and we were numbers 31 and 32. So whether we are good at our jobs or not, we didn't have to struggle with hundreds and thousands of content creators to reach a place where you said, okay, now we know what's going on and we are at the top of our game, at least. Even if not competitively, at least I know what I know. Today, I don't know. How would you do it?
And there was something, I mean, there are a couple of
Sorry, and one more thing I want to add here is your passion and your profession don't have to coincide. This is a really, really stupid thing that the world has taught you.
Oh God, dude. Complete.
Right? So I have family who are pilots, and by pilots I mean salaried and well paid. They do more about their passions than I do as a full-time motorcyclist. Because as a full-time motorcyclist, I still have to do other parts of my job which may or may not directly involve a motorcycle. They basically fly, come back, and then they have the money and the time both to do
Correct.
this. Right? So if it's your passion, if it can be a profession, you can marry the two really well. Awesome. This will not happen for most of you. And if you can find a profession that you're happy to do and it fuels your passion, that is actually the best case scenario. There is a difference between what you love to do and what you're really good at doing. What you're really good at doing is very good at creating the money you need to do what you love. But the two coinciding, it's super rare.
If you don't like opinions and opinionated people, then my recommendation is do not head to the MotorInc channel, because you're 100% going to get a clear shot at what we are thinking. And our hope is that it'll help you. So choose wisely.